What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be reviewing the top 5 keyboards featured on the Mechanical Keyboard subreddit this past week to see if we can find anything unique, interesting, or just plain cool from other users in the Reddit community. Make sure you watch until the end of the video to see which one ended up on top this week. First up, we have this build by Reddit user Desker Shop. This is actually the account for the Desker online keyboard store, and the keycaps in the picture are the Topograph Canyon caps, which will be available to buy toward the end of November. The caps come in white on black and black on white options, and the set will support most 60, 65, and 75% boards. I think it looks awesome on top of the matching desk mat, and this is a set I'm definitely thinking about buying. The keyboard in this picture is the Typer65, which will likely be released by Desker early next year. Next up is a build by user Ronix Memoirs, and it's a gray Studio Cyber Voyager Space65 with GMK Apollo keycaps on top. Inside the board there are Durock V2 stabilizers lubed with 205G0 and Holy Panda switches lubed with 105G0. The colors on the keycaps match the keyboard case super well, and now the build just needs a moon-themed wrist rest to fully complete the space theme. GMK Apollo is one of my favorite keycap colorways, and you can't go wrong with the 65% layout. Now we just have to see how long this board lasts as their endgame until they find something even better to build. Third this week comes from the user Splango Mango, and it's a build with an insane amount of keys on it. Some people even poked fun at the board, calling it the new 170% design. It's a Hyper 7 R3 from Mech Boards, built with NK Silk Red switches and Cat Space Cadet keycaps on top. It's a good thing they ran a group buy for these caps, otherwise it'd be virtually impossible to find a matching set that actually fits every key on the board. Personally, I don't think you could ever convince me to have that many stabilizers on a single board. Just making sure all of those things sound good would take absolutely forever. That being said, this board would be fun to use for a while, and I'm sure you can make things super efficient by programming all of those extra keys on top. Great job on this unique build. Next post is by user JDigi78, and it's a Mercutio 40% board with MT3 white on black keycaps on top. What makes this unique though is the mini ultrawide display that they mounted on top. This is a really creative build, and there are tons of use cases for that little screen, ranging from very useful to just plain novelty. This is super similar to a Cyberdeck build that we saw a couple weeks ago that also made it to the top 5 of the week, and it's nice to see these designs becoming a little more common. In my opinion, this board looks like it came from the past and the future at the same time, and I'm impressed at their ability to design the mounting mechanism themselves. Great job. And now we have the top post of the week on Reddit, which is ironically similar to the top post from last week. Rather than a single board, user CosFox MK made it to the top with their collection of boards that they've built over time. If you look closely, you can tell that our user really sticks with the 10 keyless layout for the most part, but there's good diversity in the keycaps that they put on the boards. We can't tell just from looking at the photo, but another way to add some diversity to the boards with the same layout would be to add different switches to give each of them a totally different typing experience. My guess is that the collection probably costs about $10,000 for everything in the picture, so either it took a good amount of time to get all these boards, or our user here is just super rich. Great collection, and thank you for sharing. And there you have it. Those were the top 5 builds in the Reddit community for the past week. If you're interested in seeing any of the original posts that I featured today, definitely check out the description where I've linked the Reddit post shown in this week's video. This video is part of a series that I hope to post every week, so leave a comment if there's anything different you'd like to see in the future. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next week with more great builds from the Reddit community.